Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this message may find you. It's your girl, G's Louise, back with another message. Real quick, right? It just dawned on me. I just had like a little download, right? I mean, we probably hear this all the time, but I don't think we listen to it. When you are meeting people, right, of the opposite sex, whatever that, whatever your romantic preferences, because we're all trying to do something in life, right? Figure out, you're either trying to survive every day, you're trying to figure out your next move in business, you're trying to figure out where and who you want to be, like where are you headed, like where, you're trying to set your life up, you're building up something. Either way, most people along the way connect with somebody, right, on a romantic level, or have some type of an attraction to where you want to bring them into your experience and start to allow them to be closer in certain areas in your life, right? Like you may have sex with them, you might kiss them, you might spend all your time with them, your extra time with them outside of what you're doing, whatever, right? Be mindful, right, that the connection that you are having is in relation to where you are. So this will be a good way for me to look at it, and others who have had not a lot of luck with connections, with healthy connections or healthy relationships that last long, right? Some people have long-lasting relationships, but they're not healthy. They're like super toxic, but they've been together for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. Like, that's not what we need to be shooting for, right? And I think to avoid us getting stuck in a lesson or a cycle that we were supposed to leave behind a long time ago, or to avoid us going through the same things over and over that are not resulting in what you are ultimately looking for, which would be, again, a healthy connection, a love, somebody that you can build with, and have a good life with, because why not have a partner, right? Why not have somebody that you can identify with along the way when things are going however they're going to go, when life is lifing, as they say. So what I thought about was, like, basically, if I meet a dude today, like if I meet somebody today, he's handsome, he's super attractive, he's like everything that I would ideally want for the exterior, right, of a person. And then, like, we click, we vibe, everything is just feeling good, like when we see each other, it's amazing, sparks are flying, everything is right? But I'm going to make sure from here on out, and I think you should too, right? When I'm connecting with someone, I'm going to look at my life. Not theirs, mine. Because, at the end of it all, words are just words. I mean, it's unfortunate, but words are words. Like, I could tell somebody something right now, and then may not be able to deliver on that in a week from now, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, right? So words are only words until action is put behind them, period. It doesn't matter about your intentions, what you were gonna do, what happened. Did you actually follow through with this thing? Did you get it? Did you execute it? Did you get it finished? If you did not, then words were just words, right? You made a verbal agreement, a mutual agreement, and sometimes we're not able to put the action behind it that is needed to make that thing come into fruition, right? So if my life is not in order, right? if I'm not at least halfway to where I want to be, like if I'm not mentally healing, if I'm not, because a lot of people think they're healing and they're not healing. They're actually covering or hiding from whatever it is that they're going through. Most people like me, when I recently went through something last year, before, that was pretty heavy and pretty emotional, the initial reaction was for me to hide and run and try to figure out how to get away from that feeling, because the feeling was so hurt, it was so heavy, it was so cutting, that I just wanted to get away from it. I didn't even want to feel it. Like, I just was like, man. So most people are gonna run from it, and they're gonna go drink, they're gonna go smoke, they're gonna go have sex, they're gonna go do whatever instant gratification, anything that they can get now to cover up and get away from whatever's going on. That's hiding. That's not healing. So the healing process begins when you're actually feeling what the fuck what you're going through. So it's not, healing doesn't mean sunshine, rainbows and sunshine and butterflies. It does. It results in that. But when you're going through the actual healing process and putting in that work, that shit hurts. You get it? Like, when you're not healing, you're running away from the hurt, so you're not really trying to feel it. You're numbing yourself to it. You're not feeling it. That's why everybody says feel it. Feel the hurt. Feel whatever you feeling. That's what they mean by that. Feel that shit and get it on out of here. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. That's what that means. If you're not hurting through it and facing shit and being like, damn, that's hard truth. Ripping the Band-Aid, like facing what is and being like, God damn, well, this some bullshit. Facing it and then healing, right? If we're not doing that, right? If I'm doing that right now in my life, I'm looking at my life and I'm like, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. It's like pretty much a thing where it's like, all right, what you gonna do? It's pretty much a thing where, okay, I don't even need to get in deep with nobody or connect with nobody at this point in my life because of where I'm at, not because of where they at. Because you connected to them for a reason. So obviously, wherever you're at, they're at, right? And you got to ask yourself, do you want to continue a toxic? Do you want to open up another toxic cycle of whatever have you? It could be bad business too, because you could be, trying to stop selling drugs and shit, and then you like, God damn, well, you trying to stop, but let's see. People that are around you are like, man, here go another pack, or here go da-da-da-da. And you like, damn, do I want to start this cycle again? Because I'm really trying not to do it. If I do this one pack, if I agree to get off this pack, that's another cycle. Because in the midst of me getting off this pack, some things could transpire, right? In the midst of me opening up a door for another toxic relationship, or a relationship that's not. See, the thing is, we need to be in the same space mentally and have a really full understanding, because you can have passion and chemistry and connection and it be feeling amazing and stuff like that. But when it gets down to really having them talks, or building life, or doing life together, or handling hard situations together, if you don't have that in that person, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a lot of issues and you're going to be opening up another cycle. So it's like, if you know where you're at mentally and that person is not matched up to where you're at, or if you know where you're at and your life is really like all over the place, it's not really lined up, it's not cleaned up. You know what a cleaned up life is. Everybody knows what that kind of looks like. Things are in order. You have your ducks in a row. You got shit put up for rainy days. You're aligned up. Your mental is in a safe space where it can endure conflict outside of it. You know, it's not easily swayed. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like I'm still easily swayed and I'm still a firecracker, like the best analogy would be like a candle burning, and you know how the flame is steady when there's no wind blowing or anything. And all of a sudden, like if a wind blows by, it's like immediately, it's like, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? He might blow the goddamn fire out, you know? So you want to make sure you're not easily swayed like the, you know, the flame on a candle. You don't want to be able to be just blown out in anything that goes by. You know, if I walk by too fast, I might blow the candle out. Like, you don't want that. And if you are dealing with another person that's like that, it's kind of like a recipe for a disaster. And I love Dorsey. She speaks on this a lot, in reference to, you know, if you got a nigga that's toxic and fucked up and he just come home from prison and you still broken from like 10 other relationships and your kids is all over the place and your house ain't lined up. Like, you know, if you bring a dude in or vice versa, you bring a woman into that situation, that's not smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that shit closed out, whatever you got going on. So I'm gonna end it here, but I just wanted to share, because when things come to me, I have to like get on here and just get it out, because I don't want to miss it and I don't want us to miss the message or whatever. Because when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself, and I'm learning just like y'all are. And so I'm just sharing my downloads, my thoughts, and my messages, so we can all, you know, help each other to be better and get to the next step in life. Like, who wants to stay in the same place like that you've always been? It's so uncomfortable, man. It doesn't feel good. And I feel like a lot of us, the 85% of the people that experience anxiety is because they're staying in the same, they're not growing. They're not moving to the next thing, and they feel bad about it. And they, you know, it's like you're in these cycles, you know? So it's just not fair to bring somebody into your life if you know there's a lot of things that you haven't been able to close out. May that be healing, may that be your finances. Like, you don't want to bring somebody in like, like me, I've always been like, I be feeling so crazy about dealing with a dude when my money's funny. It's like, it don't feel right. Even though I know in in other cultures, men take care of their women. Not so much our culture, but other cultures like Indian men and Spanish, you know, Hispanics, and so they take care of their families. The women, they focus on the family, the well-being of the family. Without our culture, the women are more independent and they do a lot more financially, right? If not all, you know. So like, when I'm not doing well, I don't feel good in a relationship. So, and I haven't even noticed that. Like, I've attempted to try to be in relationships while my money was funny, and it's always bad. It's not good. So this is why I'm saying this. When you meet somebody and you really feeling them, and you like, damn, why I couldn't have met you. You know what I'm saying? Like, either put them on ice or tell them what's going on, or, you know what I'm saying, find a way to not indulge in that at the moment until you have lined up your things, and then try to revisit it. But if ain't nobody waiting on you to get your shit together. So if they're not there, then there'll be somebody else that's you know, able to connect where you're at that moment. But just always, what I'm saying is to avoid all the bullshit and to get closer to ladies, especially, because men don't have a problem with turning a bitch down. Like, oh, no, you're not gonna fit. Women is the ones that go out of loneliness or out of feeling like they're running out of time or doing certain things where they feel like, oh, I need to have this man, and I don't care if he's messed up or not. I'm just gonna be with him, and we're gonna thug it through thick and thin. No, Thick and thin does not fucking mean you get treated like shit. Thick and thin means like life happens. You know, shit happens. Like, oh shit, I gotta move. We gotta our business is going under, and we need to figure out our next plan to save our, you know, our investments. Or like, life happens, right? But people are so mixed up with ride and die shit, and I'm gonna die. I'm not riding. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that shit. I'll ride with you with some life shit, because I'm like that. I'm with that shit. But I can't ride with you and you treating me like shit, and you fucking me over, and you deceiving me, and you just bullshit me around all the time. I'm not riding with that. Okay? I'm not her. I'm very strong. I'm built so tough. Like, my structure is so tough. But I'm still willing to be submissive. I'm still willing to do that. But I have to trust you. And if I don't trust you, then I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you that now. But I'm just saying, like, with most men and women, we get into situations where we're not already doing well in our relationship. I mean, in our life, in our relationship, even with God, or our relationship with ourselves, or whatever you believe in. Those things need to be in order first before we share our lives with others. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying be perfect. I'm not saying everything has to be perfect. I'm saying the main things, like level head, level finance, basics are in order. You know what I'm saying? You can take care of an emergency if need be. Those things. Then I think that's when you can start to say, hey, let me bring somebody in my experience, because now I'm in a good, I can offer a good experience when they come into my life, versus me being on edge and mad and sneaky, and you're trying to hide shit, or your money funny, and you robbing Peter to pay Paul, and they, you know, that's for the birds, and it's toxic, y'all. Let's stop doing this shit. I just wanted to say that. Love y'all. Until next time, you already know, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all.